Robots, the wave of the future. But if you're anything like me, you're wondering how to turn your robot companion into profit. Now you can do this by building yourself a military grade robot, or perhaps an industrial robot, or a robot for the entertainment industry, even a robot for the adult entertainment industry. Now, if you're like me, you don't have the time to devote to something like this, and you want to make your money quick, which is why I recommend a robot for industrial espionage, like this robot from the episode of Batman Heart of Steel. Now, before we begin, I'd like to exercise a word of caution. Robots need to have their free will controlled, lest we forget the horrible tragedy that came from Conky and the brave little toaster, and of course, Johnny Five. Now, let's take a look at the Heart of Steel briefcase. As you can see, it has independently moving legs, it has a robotic eye, and it's built to look like a suitcase. Let's get started. First, you're going to take your attaché case. I picked this one up at a yard sale for a really good price. And then you want to remove any non-essential items from inside of the attaché case, such as items from previous owners, paperwork, that sort of thing. After you have everything removed from the attaché case, we move on to building the breadboard. Start with a board, and then add your loaf of bread, and then use a hammer and nail the bread to the board. If you want more processing power, feel free to use a multigrain bread. I'm using a simple Italian here. It's good enough for what we're doing. Next, you want to attach your power supply to the breadboard. Simply take your batteries and insert them into the breadboard. Next, you're going to place your breadboard into your attaché case. Then you want to add your prefabricated legs to the attaché case. Now you add the wires to connect the legs to the breadboard. Now to help the robot guide its way around, we're using a USB mini webcam, and you want to attach it to the breadboard and then leave it hang out of the attaché case much like you saw in the suitcase robot picture from Heart of Steel. Close up your case, and you're done. Here is our completed attaché bot. Very inconspicuous. Now let's try it out. First, you're going to need to find a place, like this Wayne Industries building, and you want to leave it in a surreptitious place. The robot itself will figure out when is the best time to infiltrate. Success! Now, let's switch on the USB webcam and see what the robot sees. Just follow these easy steps, and soon you'll be raking in the dough.